What's up, y'all? So, bow season is finally open. It's opening weekend. We're out here just on the property that we've owned for about 3 years. We got some bucks showing up on the trail cameras, and we've isolated a few spots. Chris is a few miles at the next property, and I'm chasing a buck at this location we're calling the Big Six. He's just a really perfect, symmetrical 6-pointer. Up until a few days ago, he was still in velvet, but we kind of lost that opportunity. He's starting to shed it a little bit, but he's been showing up during daylight fairly consistently, so hoping that he might come in for last light. I'm fairly certain we'll see some does, so I don't know how early they'll be coming in right now. It's almost 4. Last light is about 8. So we got a long sit. This is my first sit in the saddle, tethered saddle. It took me a while to get set up. I've got the camera right next to my thermocell. I'm not sure if that sound's gonna come in, but hopefully not. But there's a lot of mosquitoes out. It's done super hot. It's like in the 70s. It's really nice. I think the squirrels fell off the tree. I'm pretty much right on their travel corridor for their evening feed. The field in front of us is peanuts. I've never hunted peanuts before, but evidently the deer really like it because there's been a lot of activity on it. So I'm hoping that Big Six will come out, because it'll be awesome to go ahead and get him in the cooler. He's a really nice deer. Around here, deer don't get super mature. I mean, there's so many cars, even in rural areas. There's so many roads, and everyone hunts. So, yeah, we'll see. There's a really nice buck where Chris is sitting too. We call him Big Boy. He's fairly young. I mean, he's only maybe 3 years old, but he's just got a really nice rack. I mean, he's an 8-pointer. He's solid. And he's showing up kind of inconsistently, but he's a really nice buck. There's a couple other bucks that we have in another area that have not been doing any daylight movement. So, figured we'll save that spot for if they change their activity and we know they're there for the rut. But those couple are real big. So I've been in the saddle for almost an hour, and something I've learned about myself is I'm a swear, and I'm not a big fan of that character trait. I feel like I'm moving around a lot, so I'm trying to find different positions I can lock in, keep me from just like rocking. Like, this thing is very it's like being in a hammock, and who's gonna not sway when they're in a hammock? Okay, so yeah, I got washed out by coyotes that last hunt. Because we have a little bit different wind, I'm in a different spot. So I'm expecting the deer to be coming out right here. This is again where I'm targeting that big 6 point. This is a peanut field. I think, I can't remember if I said that, and they've plowed these peanuts up, getting ready to harvest. So the deer should be getting out here and eating them. We're gonna see what happens. Hopefully that big 6 comes out early enough and I don't get tempted. But it's about 73 degrees. It's hot today. It's October 19th. So those deer that I got footage of when I was bow hunting came out down this way. So they do that sometimes. It is fairly windy, so there's a little bit of that noise, which I like that. You know, I feel like it makes the deer feel a little bit more comfortable. If you're still watching so long, I promise you, if this video is published, there's some success in it or something really cool happens. I don't know, but I'm hoping for a nice buck this year, and hopefully tonight's the night. That's what I'm praying for, at least. Chris shot a nice buck last night, 9-pointer, on a closer property. Not this one. A lot of deer coming up on camera. They're coming out during daylight. That 6-pointer, I think it's been 2 days since he's come out during daylight hours. Actually, at all. I don't think I remember seeing pictures of him in the past couple days. So, law of averages tells you he's due. So hopefully he shows up and we can get a good shot on him and put a nice deer in the cooler. Well, that was definitely tempting, but I didn't pull the trigger on those does. There was one pretty mature one, but I'm gonna have to target bucks for right now. So towards the end of the year, we'll reconsider shooting does, obviously, but I really was hoping the big 6 was gonna show up. So heard a lot of shots around, so hopefully he's still with us and I'll be able to get another crack at him. We'll probably see, you know, for sure on camera the next couple days. He's pretty consistent lately, so I'm gonna climb on out of here and get to driving the long drive home. What's up? So it's about a week later. Today is the 27th of October, and as you can see, I'm dressed a lot more for the cold because we've got a late October cold snap today. Yesterday it was like 80 degrees. Today I don't think it's gotten over 60. And it's gonna start creeping down into the 50s right now, so it's getting cool for sure. And the target deer has showed up on camera quite a bit. He was active all night long last night, like periodically. And he did come out before sunset. Wasn't here, obviously, so I'm hoping he does that again tonight. And he gives us a good shot before it gets too dark. It's super cloudy though, so that's gonna definitely take our last light and move it up a little bit. So I got no sunshade on. I'm hoping I can get enough light into my scope where we'll be shooting the same direction. We got the same wind as last time. So got the rifle, and it's like kind of floating this way. So good wind for this stand, but they're gonna be over in the shadows. Really hope for that buck. I was tempted by those does, one of them in particular, that came out that y'all just saw, but I couldn't do it. Really want to shoot this buck, so stay tuned. Hoping this is the conclusion to the hunt for the big 6, but if not, I'll see you on the next one. That's a box squirrel. We don't see a lot of those. It's pretty cool. He's at like 200 yards, so I couldn't zoom in very good, but yeah, those are cool to see. that time of year, boys. Okay, y'all. So I had to kill the camera because the light was killing my eyes. It was making it really hard to see. I think I got him. It's super dark, and a buck came in, and I looked at him through the scope, and I'm pretty sure it was the big six. He came from over here, totally the wrong direction. He came in. I still got a couple minutes of legal, and he came in from right over here. I had super good light. His horns. He looked like he had the right shape. It was just so hard to see. The horns, I mean, his body looked good. He was pretty close. I mean, he was probably, 80, 100 yards. He was close. He barreled up right here, and he ran right here in the woods, and I think I heard him pile up. I'm gonna collect everything and go get on some blood, and maybe see if we can find this deer. Let's get it, baby. We got really good blood, so I'm gonna keep kind of trailing this. Really good blood. Like I said, he crashed, and then he kind of just got a little second wind, but it's good. Red blood, almost looks like a heart shot. Follow this. I'm right here at the wood line, so I just got to kind of pick up that blood trail again and see where it went. You can see this is where he came in the woods. So he's bleeding like crazy. I don't think he's very far, but it's Jumanji in there. Just kind of peeking in to see if he's right here. You know, I think I heard a crash, so I might hike in just a little bit here, and if he's not within very close, I'm gonna probably just back off for just a little bit. But I see so much blood, I just can't imagine that he went very far. Nope, he's right there. So this version of Jordan that you're watching right here made things very confusing when he decided to film this and talk when he didn't know everything was going on. So I'm gonna come and voice over this whole situation. For just to skip dramatics, this is the big six. So the video where you saw in velvet at the very beginning of this video, that's this deer right here. What I didn't know at the time of shooting this deer is that there's two very, very similar bucks in the same area. This is the big six. He does have a little curve on his left brow, which you can kind of see right there, that you can see in the velvet as well. And he also has a little knob, which you can see there on his left beam, which you can see in velvet as well. The other deer, which is also a 6-pointer, he doesn't have the symmetry that this one has. He's a little wonky, his brows aren't even, and he has a kicker on his left beam, which is ironically the same spot as that little bump. So it's very easy to confuse them, especially when you're looking at the videos. I'm going to show you some videos here in a second to really kind of show you the difference of them. And so this is the big six. He's probably about a 4.5-year-old or so. The other one is maybe even a little bit older, a little bit bigger, but he's kind of wonky. So I'm going to show you that video right here. This is the 6 with the kicker. This one is not the one I shot. So you can kind of see that little kicker and on his left side, and he's a little bit wonky. And then the next video here is the big six. He's got that velvet shedding off, but you can see he's got the symmetry. His brows are even. You can actually even see that little knob on his left side as well. So that is the conclusion of this video, and I made this very confusing when I showed this a while ago, but that is where we're at, and that's me with the deer. And thank you, Lord, for the opportunity to be able to put this deer on the ground. And I appreciate y'all watching. If you followed along this whole time, please like, subscribe, and we will see y'all on the next one.